welcome to another message from the streets. How everybody doing? Hope all is well. Besides the climate that is on the entire planet, there's certain situations that's called in circumstances where though that people are actually protesting in multiple countries around the world, a lot of European countries, and even here in the United States. But the topic of this evening is not in regards to that. This is something, well, we can tie it all in. But the bulk of the topic is, I guess, it's surrounding that. And it's going to be controversial. And off the giddy up, it's just my point of view. And I'm going to go ahead right into it. There is a situation going on in the professional sports arena where though that the NFL players and the NBA players was required to go through a certain process. And, a great number, a very high percentage of these players, they submitted, they bowed down to the system, whereas though they was reluctant to go through this procedure. So now, since they have done what they done, they are, in a lot of people's eyes, they representatives and they spokespersons and this and this and this and that. A lot of people on a lot of different levels of life and a lot of arenas, from to the executive order to the, the person on the streets, don't have any correct information. Well, I'm not going to say no correct information, not a sufficient amount of correct information dealing with a particular topic that is, that's rampant all over the country. And so people are coming with this half or marginalized perspectives, and what they do is want people to, come into alignment or agreement. But to the NFL and the NBA, because this is not going to be a very long video, it is, to my understanding, that you have sold out, for some paper, for some stacks on top of stacks, so forth and so on, because you had an opportunity to take a stand and make a difference. But what you did was you compromised because of the love of money. And that love of money had a lot of you to go against your first thought, or that thought that you had about this situation that you wasn't in agreement with. But because money is the most important thing in your life, you have let down the people, because by you doing what you did, it's put a big burden on the people. In a sense where as though, if you would have did your homework, there's a sister named Christina Parks, spoke on Capitol Hill, and you can go on YouTube and look her video up, and she gave so much solid information about the particular topic that, the video been on YouTube, Facebook for over a month, because she don't have any misinformation. Because if it was misinformation, they would have shuttered her down. They would have deleted the video. So I highly suggest NBA, NFL players, people that are promoting certain things that they don't know what they're talking about. They just listening to the big heads, listening to the agenda, going forth Agenda 21, possible ideologies for depopulation and other things. And the whole thing is NBA players. Man, if y'all don't got no stacked up and some business you done invested in, whereas though that you don't have to submit to everything the slave master dictate to you to do, shame on you. NFL, if you don't have any businesses, no real estate, y'all got all that bread, y'all been blessed amongst the people support y'all by buying apparel, coming to the games, doing all these things, but y'all don't support the people. It's not everybody. I'm going to call on my man, LeBron James, who that is a giant amongst little boys. He's a man amongst men when it comes to a lot of people being responsible that have made it about from, the lower levels of society, like giving back, opening up schools, having job training. Man, I'm not saying that, y'all owe anybody anything, but it is, the moral thing to do, the thing of integrity to do, to attempt to educate your people. And it just came to my mind, maybe that y'all not educated and y'all don't know no better. Maybe that y'all is just puppets as well, slaves. Slaves in your mind. You just don't need to do is shoot a ball through the hoop, and that's all you can do. Or run up and down the field, that's all you can do. Tackle, get in a situation of aggression. Maybe y'all haven't read no books. Maybe you're not no thinkers. And that's why that y'all haven't come together collectively. Y'all think the NFL own y'all, but y'all own the NFL. If the players that went on strike or resisted, this mandates, that the NFL would have compromised. Why? Because they did it before. When they put those so-called scabs in the games back in late 80s, 90, 92, I believe it was. No, 87. Yeah, 87, 86, 87 season. Washington Redskins won the Super Bowl. And what happened? They had to come to the table because people was tired of watching people that didn't have the level of professionals. They'd rather go and see their little daughters and sons play, the sports events. But I'm over my time, and I just want to say, man, y'all got to stand up. If you don't got nothing to live for, find something to die for. See what I'm saying? And I'm not saying die literally. I'm talking about die as a way of a slave in the way that you think. Stand up and be a man amongst your people. You got the positions, you got the magnetism, you got that swag. Stop using it for situations that won't add up to nothing. Each one teach one, each one reach one. And that's what it's all about. Anything else is uncivilized. You live in a lie, you live in an illusion. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this section of Message from the Streets. Always remember, it's just the point of view for something that for all of us to think about. Peace, love, and goodwill to all humanity.